All right. Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, January 20th. Let's run down, what's going on for the week, what plays we have in store for you guys this upcoming week. Well, the market's been pretty crazy and wacky. There has been a lot of moments to capitalize on gains. So if you're having issues trading, I don't know what you're doing wrong, but there was definitely a few opportunities where you could have made a good amount of money. Yeah, there might have not have been a lot of trade opportunities, but there were some good gains. So first, let's talk about what's happening. Today is Monday, so there is no market. That is due to Martin Luther King Day. We also have Trump's inauguration also today. I do not know what time that is, but it is today sometime. Um, this week we have earnings coming up. We have Netflix earnings, we have United Airlines earnings, we have Johnson and Johnson, American Express, and Verizon's earnings all this week. So we have a few major hitters in there, which can affect the market in some manner. Um, we also have jobless claims that will be coming out. We have home sales coming out, and we have consumer spending coming out. So, for initial job claims, that just provides us insight onto the labor market's health. That's all it does. But obviously, those numbers could be good or bad, which will affect the market. Next is our home sales. Home sales is just a view of the housing market, its performance overall. And obviously, that's like quarterly, whatever. So you'll get that information. And then the consumer sentiment, it reflects the consumer confidence in our spending. So that's another thing that will infect the market, no matter how we look at it. All right. So those are the major hitters happening for this week to watch out for. Um, I would just say play carefully on those days that those numbers or that news or earnings or anything of the sort is coming out. Just pay attention to it. And you may be able to capitalize on. If it's bad, you'll be able to play it down, play some nice puts. If it's good, you'll be able to play some nice calls. So I would just say look out for those numbers. Those numbers usually come out at 8:30, latest 10 o'clock. All right. So now let's get to the charts. Right now we have SPY on the chart. SPY, I have a major support and I have a major resistance. And then I also have an area that was support that turned into a new resistance or support. So overall, this is what I have on the chart. We are going to put in lines so that you guys have exact numbers. And now these numbers are not going to be so exact, but they will be on the right side of my page so you can kind of see those key levels. So I'm just going to put the lines right where my supports are and resistance, and you'll be able to write those levels down. Okay, so all my levels are in on the right hand side of my page. You're able to see those key levels. I would write them down for sure or take a screenshot. But these are going to be the key levels to watch out for the upcoming week or weeks, depending on if this actually breaks the levels. Okay, so that is SPYs. We're going to do the same thing for Qs. Okay, the levels are in. These are the key levels for the Qs. So with like SPY and Qs, I am not bullish or bearish on anything as of right now. I'm just kind of waiting to see what the market's going to present. I've been trying to take trades a little bit different because it pays better to just not have a bias. I'm not bullish, I'm not bearish. I'm whatever the market's going to give me. So as of right now, I am not really even looking. I'm going to try to enjoy my day off because I don't get these very often. So I'll be back at the charts later on tonight, probably like 10, 11 o'clock, to assess what I think I'm going to be playing for maybe Tuesday, you know. But as of right now, I'm kind of just sitting and on my hands. Okay. So now let's get into a few plays that are setting up. Our first one is going to be Crowd Strike. Crowd Strike, we have a few plays. We have about two. They're pretty much both the same strikes. They're going to have the 500 calls, but you have one for March 21st and you have the second one for February 21st. I say play with each, you know, whatever one you want, but if I had to pick which one I'm going to be going in for, it would be March. Why would it be March? Because March is more time. So that allows me to get it and hold it for, you know, a longer time. But then not only that, not worry about the decay, you know, the theta. I'm not going to have to worry about that because I have a little bit of time on it. So I'm sure that the February one is cheaper, but I will be going with the March 21st. Okay. Your next one is Western Digital. And we have one. This contract gives you 2 weeks out. So if you like to play a little bit more riskier, 2 weeks out is more than enough time. I'm not really big on playing the weeklies, and that's just more because I like my trades to develop. I try to sit and get A plus set up, so they may take, you know, a few weeks. So I like those monthlies, maybe 2 months out contracts. But this is a very good contract. It's the 31st. It's only $5 away from the strike, so you have a $70 strike for the 31st of January. Pretty good play. When we're looking at this chart is definitely starting to be in a new uptrend. And why I'm saying that is because we had a nice little drop here and now it's making higher highs, and I'll, you know, draw a line where those higher highs are at so that you can see what I'm seeing. So there we go. We have higher highs. Pretty good candles. So I say this play is pretty good, pretty solid. All right. Our next one is going to be Nike. And Nike, I am so bearish on Nike. I love Nike. Of course, I wear a lot of Nike. My kids wear a lot of Nike, but what I'm seeing right now is definitely a falling knife. So I'm liking the 67.50 puts for February 21st. Uh, and I mean, even if you don't know how to read a chart, this is falling. You can see that that's falling. So I do not see it even having an upside. And if I did, what I'd be looking for, and I'm, you know, this is not a charting class, but I'm going to show you what I'll be looking for. This downtrend that I'm looking at, I would expect Nike to break it, or I am expecting Nike to break it. So what I mean by that is, let me get some arrows in here for you guys. And I would expect Nike to come down, we'll say it down a bit, and then break that line. And we're just going to extend that line. Okay. So that's really what I'm looking for Nike, is for it to break this zone. And then, you know, then it would be something where I'm bullish on it. But as of right now, I'm not bullish. All right, let me get this tool out of here. All right, so that's what I'm looking for, and I'll leave that up there. Our next one is going to be Netflix. Netflix is going to be a risky play, no matter how you look at it. Netflix has earnings. So if, you know, you don't want to have so much risk, I wouldn't even play Netflix, but I like the Netflix calls. Looking at 900 calls, and these would be weeklies. Definitely play them, but you're talking the decay and stuff like that. So if you could find something with after a surge. So what I mean by that is, we're going to say hypothetically, I don't know. So hypothetically, Netflix has great earnings, right? So what we would be looking for And we're just going to say that this area right here is the area that we're looking for. Netflix has great earnings. And what we want to see is for Netflix to surge up, So Netflix pushes up. And we're going to think in our head, oh my God, the play is mooning. We're not going to be able to get in, but our FOMO is going to kick in for sure. And we're going to want to chase this trade. But no, we don't chase this trade at all. We let it surge up, because if earnings were great, earnings is going to continue to drive this asset. So then we want to see it pull back. Okay. That's our entry, but we're not going to enter, as it's falling. We want to see a little candle, bullish candle, show its head. So now we have the surge, we have the pullback, we have the buying opportunity. Once we get that buying opportunity, we'll say that the buying opportunity is right here. We want it to right there. We take off and get and buy this asset. And what we're looking for now is for it to make higher highs, higher lows. So, or higher highs, just higher highs, because this would be a higher high here. Here and here is a higher high. So we're looking for that higher high, but we're also capitalized on great news, which allows us to see that it will continue to go because the earnings were good. So that's playing an earnings surge. You see the move happen, you wait for it to pull back, you allow it to show you a bullish candle, you find the contract, because down here you'll be able to find cheaper contracts. Now, I don't know how far it's going to fall. I was just using this as an example. It could pull back to maybe the 814 mark and then give us a bullish candle for us to take the surge. I don't know. This is just speculation, but also how I would be playing earnings. I'm not going to play earnings right before earnings. I'm going to play it after it surges, gives great news, pulls back, and shows us something that way. So that is a good way to be able to play earnings, and then to avoid the theta. The theta is not going to rip your face off if you're in it after the news has dropped. And then I don't know if earnings is before market or after market, but usually Netflix is after market. All right. So your next one is going to be Marvel. Really nice chart. Slow mover, but a nice chart. All right. So this is a 2-week out contract, but this asset ran $7 Friday. It's less than $1 off of where the strike is. So these are, pretty good. What I'd be looking for, we'll say that, obviously you're watching this video and you won't see it until tonight. So that means you can't get ready for the market until Tuesday. I would look for an open bell pullback, just a small one. And then I would look to get into these 125 calls for January 31st. That's how I would play it. I play this very, very tight. We have a short week, so you don't want to be in things that are going to decay on you. You definitely need to find that time. 2 weeks out is more than enough time for you to kind of sit and relax. But look at what it is tonight. Market isn't open, so see what it closed at, this same contract closed at, and look to get the contract cheaper than what it closed at Friday. So basically you just be sitting waiting for a pullback. But overall, the play is in play. All right. And then our last one. Our last one is JD. Now, JD's chart was definitely funky. It fell really, really hard. It pulled back a bit and then dropped some more. And then it finally showed that it was coming out of this downtrend, but then faded out a bit, which I would say concerned me for why I didn't pick up these contracts Friday when I was looking at them, but I am looking to get back into get into these Tuesday. Um, I wasn't, I really wasn't expecting this much of a pullback, but this is what I'm talking about. This is a very good example of what I'm talking about for Netflix, the play on Netflix. That surge up, it pulls back, comes down. It shows a green candle, but this isn't our signal candle. This candle is. This bar candle is our entry candle because this is massively bullish. This is how we would enter in on Netflix. So this same look is what you would be looking for. Okay. So for JD, I'm looking at $43 calls for April 17th. I will be purchasing these Tuesday. Now, everything that I went over, these contracts that I went over, this is not financial advice. This is just my ideas being given to you guys. Just because I think that if we all can help each other make money, world would be a little bit better. So that's why I'm doing this, is you're able to see what I'm getting into. You may look at this video and see these plays and be like, oh, she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, or these plays aren't going to work. I say watch them. See if they work, see if they make you money. If they make you money, you're welcome. That's all it's about. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that. Subscribe and like the video. It just helps me out and it's completely free. So I'm giving you something for free. And if you guys could do that back in return, it'd be great. It's like one hand washes the other type of situation. So I would say good luck this week. Happy trading. Enjoy your Monday because, for the next few weeks, we have full weeks. So, more opportunities for us to make money. So happy trading, everyone, and good luck this week.